Hi, this is Andrew again. I serve as a spokesperson for Nehemiah Reset. Today, I wanted to talk to you about Frankfurt School. The Frankfurt School, also known as the Institute for Social Research, was a group of intellectuals and academics associated with the University of Frankfurt in Germany. Founded in 1923, the Frankfurt School was initially focused on Marxist theory, but evolved into a broader critical theory movement that sought to understand and challenge the social, political, and cultural conditions of the 20th century. The school's impact on philosophy, sociology, and critical theory has been profound, influencing a wide range of intellectual disciplines and shaping modern culture in significant ways. What was the origins and key teachings of the Frankfurt School? The Frankfurt School was founded by a group of scholars who were disillusioned with orthodox Marxism and the failure of the working class to achieve revolutionary change in Europe following World War I. Among the key founders were Max Horkheimer, Theodor Adorno, Walter Benjamin, Herbert Marcuse, and Erich Fromm. These thinkers were deeply influenced by the works of Karl Marx, but they also drew on the ideas of other philosophers, such as George Lukács and Friedrich Nietzsche, to develop a more critical and nuanced understanding of society and culture. Central to the Frankfurt School's approach was the concept of critical theory, which sought to analyze and critique the underlying social structures and ideologies that perpetuate inequality and oppression. The school's members were particularly interested in the role of culture, mass media, and technology in shaping modern society, and they argued that capitalism had produced a culture of conformity and alienation that undermined human freedom and creativity. One of the key teachings of the Frankfurt School was the idea of the culture industry, which referred to the mass production and consumption of cultural products, such as films, music, and advertising, that were designed to manipulate and control people's desires and beliefs. Adorno and Horkheimer, in their influential work, The Dialectic of Enlightenment, 1944, argued that the culture industry had become a form of social control that prevented individuals from thinking critically and resisting domination. Who were some of the prominent figures of the Frankfurt School? The Frankfurt School produced a number of prominent thinkers who made significant contributions to philosophy, sociology, and critical theory. Max Horkheimer, as the director of the Institute for Social Research, played a central role in shaping the school's research program and direction. He was known for his interdisciplinary approach to social theory and his emphasis on the importance of philosophy in understanding modern society. Theodor Adorno was another key figure in the Frankfurt School, known for his work in aesthetics, music theory, and sociology. Adorno was a prolific writer and critic who examined the role of culture and art in modern society and the ways in which mass media and consumerism influence people's perceptions and values. Walter Benjamin, a close friend of Adorno, was a literary critic and philosopher whose ideas on art, history, and technology have had a lasting impact on critical theory. Benjamin's essay, The Work of Art in the Age of Mechanical Reproduction, 1936, explored how new forms of media and technology were reshaping the way people experienced and understood art. Herbert Marcuse, an influential member of the Frankfurt School, was known for his critique of advanced industrial societies and his theory of repressive tolerance. Marcuse argued that modern liberal democracies were characterized by a false sense of freedom and equality that masked deeper forms of social inequality and domination. Erich Fromm, a psychologist and social theorist associated with the Frankfurt School, focused on the role of human nature and individual psychology in shaping social relations and cultural values. Fromm's work on the concept of alienation and the search for authentic self-fulfillment influenced a generation of scholars and activists in the 1960s and 1970s. What has been some of the lasting impact of the Frankfurt School? The Frankfurt School's ideas and theories have had a lasting impact on a wide range of intellectual disciplines and social movements. The school's critique of modern culture and capitalism has influenced fields such as sociology, cultural studies, media studies, and literary theory, as scholars continue to grapple with the complex and often contradictory nature of contemporary society. The Frankfurt School's emphasis on the importance of critical thinking and cultural critique has also shaped political movements and social activism in the post-war period. The school's members were deeply committed to the idea of social transformation and the creation of a more just and humane society, and their writings continue to inspire those who seek to challenge power structures and promote social change. In recent years, the Frankfurt School's ideas have experienced a resurgence of interest as scholars and activists grapple with the rise of authoritarianism, nationalism, and inequality in the 21st century. The school's emphasis on the importance of reason, dialogue, and solidarity in the face of social and political crises remains as relevant today as it was in the tumultuous years of the 20th century. One of the key teachings of the Frankfurt School that has had a lasting impact on our society is the idea of the culture industry. The scholars of the Frankfurt School argued that mass media, popular culture, and consumerism play a significant role in shaping public opinion and perpetuating dominant ideologies. Today, many colleges and universities teach courses on media studies, cultural studies, and critical theory that draw on the ideas of the Frankfurt School. Another key teaching of the Frankfurt School that has influenced our society today is the concept of the critical theory of society. This theory argues that society is shaped by oppressive power structures that benefit the ruling class and perpetuate inequality. Many colleges and universities now offer courses on social justice, intersectionality, and critical race theory that draw on the ideas of the Frankfurt School. In terms of political leaders who have championed some of the teachings advocated by the Frankfurt School, one notable figure is former President Barack Obama. Obama has often spoken about the importance of addressing systemic inequality and social injustice, and his policies on health care, immigration, and criminal justice reform reflect a commitment to social change and progressive values that align with the teachings of the Frankfurt School. In conclusion, the Frankfurt School's contributions to philosophy, sociology, and critical theory have had a profound and enduring impact on modern culture and intellectual discourse. The school's emphasis on critical thinking, cultural critique, and social transformation continues to shape the way scholars and activists understand and respond to the challenges of the contemporary world. The Frankfurt School's legacy lives on in the work of those who seek to challenge the status quo and imagine a more just and humane society. Thanks again for watching this video on the Frankfurt School. I hope it gives you some ideas on how our society and school systems have been taught some of the concepts developed in the Frankfurt School. Their influence is seen in the teaching of critical race theory, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and other topics that have been introduced in our schools, business, and society in recent years. If we are to fight these ideas, we need to understand them. Hopefully this video gives you some idea what they are. To learn more about this topic and more, visit our website at nehemiahreset.org or our rumble.com channel. My name is Mark. I'm one of the spokespersons for Nehemiah Reset. The prior video was sponsored by Nehemiah Reset, a 501c3. Our mission is to assist Christians in developing a biblical worldview as it pertains to relevant cultural and biblical issues. We seek to inform Christ's followers, equip them, and mobilize them into action to vote for their biblical values and to actively engage in our culture. We are also committed to help Christians and non-believers to develop a better biblical view. Nehemiah Reset produces videos and ebooks to assist members of the church in developing a biblical worldview when it comes to cultural issues. We produce videos on key topics like public school indoctrination, the woke agenda, sex education, equity and inclusion, climate change, immigration, religious freedom, and much, much more. To learn more about Nehemiah Reset or to watch our latest videos, go to our website at nehemiahreset.org or our rumble.com channel. We produce 2 to 3 videos every week. To get a weekly list of our latest videos, sign up for our weekly newsletter by going to nehemiahreset.org/email and subscribe. You can support our website by liking our videos, subscribing to our channels, or helping us reach more people through tax-exempt donations. Thanks for your help in growing God's kingdom and bringing more people to Christ. Thank you for your support and help. Come back again soon. Have a great day.